what then prompted you to be invited into the Lord's Alliance? I'm gonna make you tell me a story.
That's fine. So, I was a little girl. I was in the forest of worms. There was a trio of hags that had a coven buried deep in a cave, and every year they would come into my town of Sobar, and they would steal children. Well, unfortunately for the hags, one year they stole me, and they brought me to their cave in the Forest of Worms. Now, I was a resourceful little girl, always had a blade on me. They put me in a little cage made out of some kind of cedar, tied up with rope and cord, and they started boiling a giant cauldron in the middle of the cave. I'll never forget the cackling of their voices echoing off the stone, and thinking, they're going to eat me. This is fucked up. So I retrieved a blade that I had hidden under my nightgown, because you never know when hags are going to sneak into your bedroom when you're a 13-year-old girl in the middle of the night. Luckily I had planned for this. So I cut the binds of the cage and forced it open. I waited for the hags to go to sleep, and I slit their throats. They never made a sound, except for kind of like a... You know, that sound that people make when they're gurgling on their own blood? That sound. So, I killed the 3 hags, I cut off their heads, I tied them up with some of the rope from my cage, slung them over my shoulder, and went back to my family in Sobar. And when I arrived, my parents greeted me very excited, but a little distraught with the heads that I had brought back from the woods. I don't also know why they call it the Forest of Worms, because I didn't see any worms while I was in there. Anyway, after killing the hags, I decided, I think that my life as a little girl is done, and at 14 I set out on the road to kill hags. Basically, I'm a hag killer. That's what I do. And the Lord's Alliance hates hags. Once the renown of my hag-slaying endeavors had reached the Lord's Alliance here in Waterdeep, they sent a summons for me. I came, I met Paladin Sun not but maybe 15 years ago, and ever since I've been killing hags, but I've been doing it with the Lord's blessing. I've killed hags in the Cloven Mountains, I've killed hags in Narfell, I've killed hags in Thay, I've killed hags in the Eastern Shire, I've killed hags on an island in the Shining Sea that's not even on a map. I've killed hags in the jungles of Cholt, in Termish, Vasa, Icerim Mountains. I've killed hags everywhere. Look at this! She reaches into a pouch and she throws out a bunch of bones. And she's like, every time I kill a hag, I take a finger bone and I put it in this bag. And right now, I think I've got about 40 bones.
Rin is just stunned.
You don't know where there's any hags, do you? If you see any hags, you be sure to let them know that Vasira the Hag Killer is going to come for them eventually. They need to stop stealing children, or they're going to lose their damn lives.
I know where to send a raven should I ever find a hag.
Vasira the Hag Killer. Don't forget it.
Oh, I certainly won't. Alright, well, Rena's going to politely excuse herself from the table with the tongueless man and the hag killer.